For more on this, I'm joined by Fanar Haddad. He's a research fellow at the National University of Singapore's Middle East Institute. Good to speak to you. So what can you say about the human cost of the fight with Daesh in Mosul? I mean, there are mainly elderly women and children stuck in there who are too weak. Will they able to survive?
Well, one can only hope so. The human cost of the entire war against Daesh, not just in Mosul, has been absolutely staggering. I mean, we've seen this in Ramadi and Fallujah before this, and in Mosul now, unlikely in the future, in Hawija and elsewhere. It's difficult to see how this could have been avoided given the intensity of the combat and given the environment that the fighting is taking place in. I heard someone recently described this as the most intense urban fighting since World War II. And this is particularly applicable to the old city of Mosul on the right side, as they call it, whereas the left side didn't suffer half as much. But as I said, it's very difficult to see how this could have been avoided, given the terrain, given the environment in the old city, and given the nature of the enemy that the Iraqis are fighting, namely an enemy like Daesh, who has absolutely no compunction in sacrificing any number of civilians. The more the better as far as Daesh is concerned, I think.
I mean, Fanar, Amnesty claims that all sides in the battle violated international humanitarian law that might amount in war crimes. What do you make of this, and who is to blame?
I wouldn't be surprised if this is true. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this is unlikely or what have you. There is unfortunately a track record in conflict in Iraq, from the Americans and the British down to the Iraqi army, down to the Hashd al-Sha'bi, to the Peshmerga, to you name it. I mean, every armed actor in Iraq, unfortunately, has committed such excesses. And there's no reason to imagine that this war is any different, particularly given the intensity of the battle, and particularly given, again, the nature of the enemy that is being fought. Who is to be held responsible? I mean, there's no one actor that can be held responsible. It's tempting to hold the Iraqi government responsible, and that's what one would assume. However, we do need to keep in mind the limits of the Iraqi government in terms of their control over the various formations that have been waging this battle. There is less than centralized control over the army, the the counterterrorism service, the interior ministry forces like the federal police, the Hashd al-Sha'bi and their various formations. So there is a question of command and control, multiple nodes of command and control, and it's very difficult to hold the Iraqi government solely responsible.
And so what are the immediate security threats to Mosul then? Could there be a rise in the sectarian conflict between the Sunni and Shia, as it has done so in the past?
I'm actually not concerned by that. I do not see that as an immediate threat. If anything, I would say that the scale of the devastation, the scale of the devastation, not just of the immediate battle, but of the last 3 years of Daesh occupation, I would say has brought more Iraqis together than ever before in recent years. And there is a sense of common purpose in the sense of once having seen what Daesh has done in these areas, and as I said, the scale of the devastation. So I don't think the worry is about Sunni-Shia conflict. I think far more worrying is what Daesh will do now that they have lost their proto-state. This strikes me as the beginning of the end of the proto-state of Daesh, of their state-building enterprise, but it's by no means the end of Daesh as an insurgency or as a terrorist organization. And I think, and we can expect, that they will launch attacks and they will retain the capability of launching attacks in Mosul and elsewhere. And I think that is a bigger, more immediate security risk than Sunni-Shia conflict, which actually I think there's an opportunity at the moment for Iraqis to transcend the Sunni-Shia issue for the moment.
Thank you very much for joining us here on TRT World. Fanar Haddad there from Singapore's Middle East Institute.